In yesterday's episode, we kicked off our Premier League campaign and we did okay. We started off with a draw against Newcastle and a great win against Brighton. But today, I think things are going to get tough and we're going to find out just how good our Leeds United team really is. Welcome back to episode 4 of Leeds United, Pride of Yorkshire. So, as I said at the top of the video, yesterday we kicked off our Premier League campaign. We got a draw against Newcastle and a win against Brighton. Since then, we have pushed forward, and as I said at the end of the video, we were going to come back for the Manchester City and Arsenal games. So, even though we started off the campaign well, it's about to get a hell of a lot tougher. What we're going to do in this episode is run quickly through what's happened since you've been away, and we are going to waste no time jumping into this match action and showing you how we get on against Manchester City. So, first things first, you might have noticed the league table there. We're currently sat 6th and we have 9 points. So let's show you exactly how that has worked out. So since the Brighton game, we played against Wolverhampton Wanderers in the Carabao Cup. We had a convincing 5-1 win. We turned in a really good performance. Even though we went behind early, we showed some resilience, came back. We dominated the game in terms of shots and shots on target. We had 52% of the possession, scored 5 goals, and that was an impressive win. I was very happy to get through to the next round of the Cup. We then went to Brentford, didn't play very well. We took the lead on the 64th minute through Rafinha in a 1-1 draw where we conceded a late goal. We got very, very lucky to get out of Brentford with our unbeaten record intact. Ivan Toney had a penalty that hit straight at Meslier in the 95th minute. The ending to that game was crazy. We then we played West Ham at home, and in that game we played really well. We won 2-0, restricted West Ham to only having 7 shots. They didn't have a single shot on target. And 2 goals from Rafinha in that game ensured 3 points for us. The only disappointment in this game was, as you might be able to see there, the injury to Junior Firpo. Bit disappointing, he's out for a little while, so a little bit short at left back, but we have promoted somebody from the reserves, so we have got cover there. We then had a 2-2 draw against Everton at home. This is a game I was really disappointed that we didn't win. We absolutely dominated the game again. 24 shots, 11 on target, 2.52 XG. We took the lead early on, 16th minute. Adeyemi and Sesko doubled the lead in the 68th minute. And then we did the old football manager trick of scoring a goal and then conceding a goal straight away, as Calvert-Lewin scored after 69, and then he scored a thunderbolt and levelled the game up in the 75th minute. And again, the ending to this game was crazy as well, because we actually hit the post in the 94th minute that could have given us a win. We then have played Crystal Palace in the 3rd round of the Carabao Cup, and again with a much changed squad due to the fact that we had a few injuries. Karim Adeyemi has picked up an injury as well, so he didn't play in this game. But with a rotated squad, we still played well, got out of Crystal Palace with a 2-0 victory, and again through to the next round of the Carabao Cup. So that brings us nicely up to date. Today we are going to be playing against Manchester City, and then we have the dreaded Arsenal game. Both of these are on the road. As you can see, Man City haven't started the league very well. They are down in 10th place, and Arsenal are currently sat in 3rd place. So the Premier League in-game not really reflecting real life, but both of these games are going to be tough. As I said, I don't think there's too much more to go through. I can actually show you how long. Let's have a little look here at. So Adeyemi is out. He is scheduled to complete rehabilitation, return to full training tomorrow. So that's a good sign. And then Junior Firpo, where is he? Down here. He's currently in the rehabilitation phase of his recovery from a groin strain, and he's expected to be out for another 5 to 11 days. So both of those have missed a few games, which means that we are going to have to change it up a little bit for these 2 games. But the way we are playing, and we are unbeaten at the moment, I'm confident that we can actually put up a good fight in both of these games. So let's kick this off with a trip to Manchester City. Let's have a little look then at this lineup for how we are going to try and conquer Manchester City. As always, we're going to start off with Meslier in goal, Dallas at left back, Koch, Llorente and Matthew Zinho is going to come in at right back. We are then going to have Phillips in the hole with Adams, Click, Rafinha wide left, Harrison wide right and Sesko up top. So as I said, a few familiar faces are missing. I had to shuffle the pack a little bit, but I've got great confidence in what we have got out on the pitch. I had to switch Dallas to left back. Matthew Zinho is coming at right back. And Sesko is preferred up top, as I feel he may give us more options up front. May be able to pull Man City's defence around a little bit more than Bamford. Hopefully when they're tired later on, we'll bring Bamford into the game to hopefully have an impact. Yeah, so that's the lineup we are going to go with. And there's only one way we're going to find out how we get on against Manchester City. And that's by jumping on into the game. Let's show you how we get on. So the first highlight is going to be a throw-in for Manchester City. Kyle Walker has the ball. He throws it long into the middle of the park for Fernandinho. Plays it forward for Sterling. Turns the man, cuts us open like butter. Or knife through a butter. Hot knife through a butter. I'll just give it up. He just cut us wide open and let De Bruyne in on goal. My only surprise is De Bruyne actually put the ball wide. I thought it was nailed on there for a 1-0. The next piece of action also is going to start off on the right wing with a throw-in. Mahrez to Walker, back to Mahrez. At this point in the game, we are actually struggling to keep City at bay. We are penned in quite a bit. We've had no shots whatsoever. Another attacking moment for Manchester City as they swing a corner in. Laporte's at the back post. He heads it over, thankfully. Meslier is there just to guide it out. So then we are in at half-time. And to be honest with you, Manchester City have got a squad that would do this to most teams. We haven't been able to really get out of our own half. We've had one shot, 0.01 XG, which I think is the lowest I've ever seen on this game. Man City, on the other hand, have had 12 shots, 5 of those on target, and we are really firefighting. We are literally just having to fend them off as best we can. Not going to make any changes early in the second half. We're going to push in and see if we can do any better in the second half. Straight away, Man City have a corner and Mahrez swings it in. Dealt with in the middle by Phillips really well, and Harrison gets on the ball here. Let's see if we can build something. Llorente plays it forward to Sesko, and this is what I was trying to say about Sesko. He might have been able to pull defenders out. He did get Mendy to come out to the wing. What's happening here? Oh, okay. I didn't see a two-footed lunge, but Mendy has been sent off, and that probably gives us a really good chance here in this game. But it's still Man City who are on the attack. Another corner swung in. De Bruyne's hit the underside of the bar. Our defenders nearly score a calamitous own goal. Instead, we clear it away, and now we are on the break. If Harrison can look over the far side of the pitch, actually has Rafinha in space, but he can't. He gets tackled by Laporte, and the ball goes out of play. So at this moment in time, we are going to make some changes. Jack Grealish has just got injured, I noticed there. So we are now going to try and pace up with Daniel James coming in on the right. Koch is struggling at centre-back, so we will swap him out. And anybody in the middle. So Tyler Roberts will come on in the middle in place of Click. So City are on the attack again. We are really defending well. It's 85 minutes on the clock and the score is still 0-0. However, they have a ball in behind. De Bruyne is through. Meslier makes the save. He keeps the ball in. No, he turns it around for a corner, but probably should have caught the ball there. And we are a couple of minutes away from stealing a point, I think. Unless this corner comes to something. It's not dealt with. Rodrigo gets it, plays it to Fernandinho, and there is the goal. Just as I was saying that we were going to steal a point potentially. No. They pop up, they break our hearts, and from a set piece as well, which really wasn't defended well. We'll have to have a look here at some set pieces, I think. De Bruyne swung it in. Rodrigo has all the time in the world to turn back and find Fernandinho, and the man at the front post just turns his back. Who was... I'm not even sure who that was, but we will have to look at that again because that was not impressive defending at the near post. But we have another chance here as City are going to try and play out from the back. And Zinchenko's going to bring the ball forwards. If we could just turn the ball over, we could get in at City here. As they are playing about with it. It goes to De Bruyne. He plays it back to Rodrigo. Ball over the top. Cancelo is in. This is actually going to end 2-0, isn't it? No, it isn't, because Meslier makes the save, turns it round for another corner. And this time we have got to defend this corner a lot better than we did the last time. There is 5 minutes of adding on time. De Bruyne is going to swing the corner in. As it comes in, Llorente is there to deal with it. Now, if James runs at these, James has got the pace to cause these problems. But for some reason, he's a little bit stuck in the mud. He's taking the ball out wide. And Ferran Torres, of all people, has tracked him all the way back and stolen the ball off of him. So, not very impressed with the pace or the turn of foot there of Daniel James. I thought he might have been in on goal. Ultimately wasn't. And we have disappointingly came away with a 1-0 loss. I think we played so well in terms of defending overall. The corner obviously wasn't brilliant, but to only lose 1-0 after being under the cosh for pretty much the whole game. We've had that one shot in the first half. We didn't have any attacks in the second half. It might be disappointing for the fans, but I think that we have actually done quite well to only lose 1-0. Don't want to take any pride in defeats, but it shows that on another day, we probably could have pinched a point here, and that is exactly what we would have been going for if you'd have gave us one at the start. As it turns out, it's a 1-0 loss. And we aren't going to get any easier challenges when we go forwards to the Arsenal game. Right then, so after the loss against Manchester City, we are going to look to rebound. And we are going to have to try and do it against Arsenal. A game that is going to be difficult again. But the team lineup that we are going to try and bounce back with is Meslier in goal, Dallas, Koch, Llorente and Matthew Zinho across the back four. Calvin Phillips in the hole as usual, Adams and Click in the middle, with Harrison wide left, Rafinha wide right and Bamford up top. So I've got a feeling this one's going to be another tough game. Let's jump straight on in and see how we get on in this one. The action is underway straight away and Arsenal have a free kick. It's a big looped ball to the back post and there's a header that hits the top of the crossbar. Again, our set piece defending, I'm going to have a look at this in the tactic away from camera so we could try and figure out what's going on, because we seem quite vulnerable from those kinds of plays. And the second piece of footage is going to be Arsenal on the attack again, but Rafinha steals the ball from Tierney. He's going to play it forwards. Bamford can't get the ball though. And Smith Rowe plays it to Lokonga, who plays it out to Tierney. Somebody needs to try and get a foot in. Lokonga, oh no. I think Rafinha has given away a penalty. I said that he needed to get his foot in. Instead, he put his whole body in the way. And it seems like we have given a penalty away. Although Rafinha is backing up towards the ball. He's hopping up and down on the spot. The referee, after looking at it, has given the penalty. So Arsenal with a chance after 10 minutes to take the lead. Aubameyang is going to step up. Meslier saved one already this season. Can't save that one. Hit hard and low into the bottom corner. And disappointingly, Arsenal take the lead early. So as they celebrate and walk away, have a little look at the replay. Meslier completely wrong-footed, went the wrong way, and Aubameyang scores. So another piece of footage coming here, and again we have the ball in the middle of the park. We cannot really keep it, and Arsenal turn the ball over. They're going to try and play out from the back. If we could press up here, Bamford is chasing, but Arsenal playing around us at the moment. And then Gabriel with the pass to Lokonga. And they're just knocking it around at the moment. If we could pinch the ball here, high up the pitch, we could turn ourselves into an attack, but instead Arsenal look very comfortable at the moment. Smith Rowe to Aubameyang. Aubameyang's just walking through us basically, and they're still knocking it around. There is a tackle that comes in half-hearted, doesn't get the ball, and then Munir plays in Pepe. Pepe smashes it home to give Arsenal a 2-0 lead after 21 minutes. I did say at the end of yesterday's episode I wanted to pick harder games, but I didn't want to lose every game in every episode, and unfortunately it shows that we have a long way to go. Maybe against the bigger teams we need to tone down the positive mentality and maybe try and force teams to play against a bit of a brick wall at the back. But 2-0, 21 minutes. straight from kickoff. There's another clip that's coming our way, and Click plays it to Adams. He's going to play the ball over the top. Rafinha bursts through. He's into the penalty area. He's one-on-one with the keeper, but the angle is narrow. He turns back, tries to play it into the middle, and Lokonga is there to clear it up. And Arsenal are now going to come away on a break of their own through Tierney, forcing to turn back, but they are knocking it around really nicely here, Arsenal. Aubameyang's over the halfway line, spreads the play to Pepe, who is the danger man with his pace. He knocks the ball back to Partey, who plays it to Smith Rowe, and Pepe's in again. He's hit the outside of the post this time, and he's let us off the hook. 3-0 after 23 minutes really would have been difficult. I mean, it's looking difficult as it is, as Arsenal again are on the attack. These clips just keep coming thick and fast. Smith Rowe with the turn. He's had a shot from distance, and I thought that was in. That was very close. It's curled back towards the top corner, and luckily for us, whistles past the post. Just before half-time, we seem to be having a chance of our own as Click gets the ball, plays it to Harrison, plays it back to Click. He has the shot, deflects off the defender and almost goes out for a corner. And then there's a tackle there by Partey, which looked a little bit reckless. Player goes to ground, nothing given. Dallas crosses it to the back post, and then it's dealt with by Arsenal. So we're trying to put the pressure on just before half-time, but unfortunately it comes to nothing, and Arsenal are going to bring the ball forwards. Lokonga plays it to Munir. Plays it back to Lokonga. Out to Tierney. Arsenal having a lot of success doing this. I'm not sure what the best way to disrupt a team's passing game is. I've tried to tell the players to face up to them whenever they can, but we can't seem to get near the ball when Arsenal play like this. And they're just knocking it around for fun. Long ball over the top for Pepe. Brings it down. Crosses it in. Again at the back post. Aubameyang is there. The ball comes off the inside of the post, and it's hooked away by Llorente. And we get in at 2-0 down at half-time. So, looking at the stats there, we did start to come into the game towards the end of the half, but we really haven't been good enough. Arsenal dominating everywhere, and we need to try and turn it around. An early corner in the second half is swung in by Munir. Aubameyang gets on it. The ball bounces around in the box, and there's Ben White to make it 3-0. And I think this is probably done. We're going to make one or two changes. I'm going to give Sesko a chance up front, as Bamford really hasn't been effective. And I want to take off Llorente for Pulido because he's on a yellow card as well. So I'm going to confirm those two subs and see if they can make any difference. Although the way Arsenal are playing here, I absolutely doubt that anything is going to change. Arsenal are dominating the game. And all the optimism coming into this episode is slowly draining away. So, an attack of our own, it seems, here. As we play the ball through the middle, Harrison to Sesko. Plays it to Click. Short of options, really, but Rafinha finds Harrison. He has a shot that's turned over the bar. There was... Oh, I thought it was turned over the bar. It actually hits the top of the crossbar. There was appeals for offside, but nothing given. So, there it is. It's a 3-0 defeat, and not an impressive episode at all. A 1-0 defeat to Manchester City and a 3-0 defeat to Arsenal. We have been thoroughly outplayed in both. So, not quite back to the drawing board because the football we were playing coming into this episode was decent enough. But I think there is certainly some things to be learned here. Maybe go away and have a little look at the data hub, see what it suggests is going on. I think certainly some of the defending from set pieces could improve. And I think maybe trying to get the balls out to Rafinha and Harrison a little bit more quickly might have helped us out. Here we seem to get trapped in our own half quite a lot. But still, even though we lost 3-0, two big games out of the way and we roll on forward to the next one. After those two disappointing defeats, unfortunately that sees us drop down in the table to 10th place. We started the episode on 9 points. We finished the episode on 9 points. Like I said, a few tweaks maybe to come. Hopefully we'll get Adeyemi and Firpo back soon as well, so we can get them back into the lineup and continue on playing our impressive football that we were before. Let's have a little look at the schedule and see where we are at. So we are at the 2nd of the 10th, and we've just lost to Arsenal. First two defeats of the season as well, may I add. I think we are probably going to jump forwards a little bit now. Looking at one of the games we've got Villa, Leicester, and then Arsenal in the Carabao Cup. chance to rotate the team there. We then have Watford, Chelsea, Wolves, Crystal Palace, Southampton, Man U FC, Tottenham and Liverpool. So hopefully we can pick some wins back up in that little run there. I think what we're going to do is come back for the Chelsea and Wolves game. Hopefully we will have some better news than 2 defeats in a row to bring at that point. And I think that is a sensible position to come back and see how we get on. One big team in Chelsea and one team that we have already beaten this season in the Carabao Cup in Wolverhampton Wanderers. So fingers crossed when we come back, we'll be in a better position than we were at the end of this video. A tough episode there for us, which was predicted at the start anyway. When you go on the road to 2 of the top teams in the country, it's always going to be difficult. But I have optimism. The football we were playing before this episode was absolutely fantastic. The run of games that we had been on to get ourselves into the position that we were was also a positive. But before I wrap this one up, please, if you've got this far into the video, you've enjoyed the content, you like what you've seen, don't forget to hit that subscribe and like button to help the channel out. I appreciate everybody who takes the time to do that. But for this one, that's going to be a wrap, and I'll see you on the next episode when we take on Chelsea and Wolverhampton Wanderers.